The man was simply curious and wanted to try on a customer's high heels, but he discovered a shocking secret. When he put on the shoes, his reflection in the mirror had transformed into a woman. Confused and thinking he had gained some kind of superpower, he decided to test this theory. He then tried on a pair of leather shoes, and the next second he had become a black man. Terrified, he quickly touched his face and found it felt completely real, though he still couldn't believe it. Next, he tried on a pair of cowhide shoes, but this time, nothing happened. Thinking it was because the shoes weren't fitted properly, he hastily stomped his feet harder, but his appearance remained unchanged. He suddenly remembered that both previous pairs of shoes had been repaired with a sewing machine, so he hurried downstairs. This old sewing machine was a family heirloom. He began repairing the cowhide shoes, then tried them on again. Sure enough, he transformed into an old man's appearance. It turned out this transformation ability came from that magical sewing machine. Looking at the room full of shoes, he suddenly had a bold idea. When he put on a pair of expensive leather shoes, he became a wealthy man. When he put on another pair, he became a gangster. But if he accidentally wore a dead person's shoes, he would take on their terrifying appearance. With this ability, even when riding the subway, he would unconsciously compare foot sizes with others to see if they matched his own. But merely transforming into someone else's appearance could no longer satisfy the man's desires. He wanted to experience their lives. For instance, when he became a wealthy man, he would go to upscale restaurants to dine. When it came time to pay, he would pretend to go to the restroom, then secretly transform back to his original form. The staff would be confused, wondering where the black man had gone. When he saw wealthy people driving luxury cars on the street, he couldn't help but feel envious. Soon, this wealthy man would fall victim to the man's threats. The protagonist would approach and immediately ask about their shoe size. Upon hearing it was the right size, he would directly threaten them to hand over their shoes. To avoid trouble, they would quickly comply. This way, the man successfully drove luxury cars using his transformation technique. One day, his secret crush came to the store to have her boyfriend's shoes repaired. He immediately had a wicked idea. That evening, he transformed into her boyfriend and went to her home. Unexpectedly, his girlfriend called him into the shower. Just as he was excitedly undressing, he saw the shoes on his feet and immediately stopped. If he took off the shoes, wouldn't his cover be blown? So he pulled up his pants and quickly fled. One day, when he asked his aging mother what her wish was, she said she only wanted to have dinner with his father. So he refurbished his missing father's shoes and soon transformed into his father's appearance, inviting his mother to dinner. That night, his mother showed a long-lost smile. However, his mother passed away the very next morning. Heartbroken, he closed the shop for 2 consecutive weeks. When he reopened, he was immediately confronted and insulted by a black man. Angered, the man shouldered a bag of shoes and transformed into different people to stalk the black man. He even went to his house and searched through it, finding a box of weapons. Out of curiosity, he actually used a stun gun on himself. When he woke up, a long time had passed. Just as he was about to leave, he encountered the returning black man. During their struggle, he knocked out the black man. When the black man woke up, he found himself facing a small boy. Unexpectedly, the man closed the door and emerged as a different person again. This panicked the black man, who hurriedly revealed where he hid his treasure. When the man opened it, he found it was full of luxury watches. Just as he was celebrating, shouting came from outside. It was the black man's brothers coming to pick him up. Having no choice, the man had to transform into the black man's appearance and go with them. Led by 2 underlings, the protagonist was forced to meet the corrupt real estate developer, Sister Jin. It turned out Sister Jin was recently acquiring a building, but one household refused to move out, so she wanted to hire the black man to handle them. She immediately offered 100,000 yuan and paid half up front. Upon hearing this, he quickly agreed. After all, he was the one getting the money now, and if anything went wrong later, it would be the black man who suffered. Unexpectedly, when he returned and opened the door, the black man was pointing a gun at him. During their fight, they accidentally kicked the black man to death. Afterward, the man immediately went to the police station to confess. But when he brought the officers to the black man's house, the body had mysteriously disappeared, and the room had been cleaned spotless. When he returned to his shop, he found the high heels and dirty items placed on the counter. To escape these troubles, he decided to return the money to the corrupt real estate developer Sister Jin. He then transformed into a woman and returned the money to Sister Jin. But money earned from wrongdoing simply couldn't be returned. At Sister Jin's command, the man was knocked unconscious. When he woke up again, he was lying in a car with 2 subordinates discussing how to deal with him. To survive, the man decided to put on dead person's shoes. When the 2 men looked back, they were completely terrified. Eventually, the car crashed into the roadside due to loss of control. Knowing Sister Jin would never let him go, the man decided to take the initiative. He disguised himself as the elderly man who refused to move and approached Sister Jin. He promised to move out the next day, but only if he received 100,000 yuan. Sister Jin agreed and arranged for her subordinates to send the old man to another city the next day. The next day, Sister Jin had already arranged for people to send the old man to another city, but when they came to the old man again, he still hadn't moved out. Realizing she had been played, Sister Jin threatened the old man that his entire family would disappear, and then she would burn down the entire building. Unexpectedly, 2 reporters appeared from behind the door. They had recorded everything she'd just said, threatening the old man. The furious Sister Jin immediately tried to kill the old man, but this completely confirmed her crimes. However, the story wasn't over yet. One day, while chatting with the barbershop owner, the owner actually took off his shoes. His true identity was the man's father, who had been missing for years. All these years, he had never abandoned his wife and child, but had been caring for the mother and son under the identity of the neighboring shop owner. He was afraid that enemies would seek revenge and implicate his family, and he was also worried that the secret of the sewing machine would be discovered. The mysterious disappearance of the black man's body was also his father's doing. He then told his son an enormous secret. In the basement were shoes passed down through generations. These were all rare collector's shoes. Any single pair could fetch astronomical prices at auction. If his son was willing, he could completely escape his life of poverty.